We had a chance to prove that the black man could be a good warrior.
Well, the impact of awarding me the Medal of Honor, to my thinking, is that somebody wants to salve their conscience.
It should have been done at the time that these awards were made, the Distinguished Service Cross, at the time the men did these heroic acts. But it was a time of complication. It was a time of trouble between the races. We were a very different society in that time.
For more than 50 years following World War II, no African Americans are awarded the Medal of Honor for actions performed during the war.
The Medal of Honor is very specific. You don't have to just be brave. You got to do it above and beyond the call of duty.
All hell broke loose. We were just trying to keep them from coming down any further. And that's where we had a young lieutenant by the name of John Fox, who was up on Simon Colina. He was our forward observer, and he asked for fire, our own fire, on him to stop the Germans that were coming down.
Well, it ought to make the country look a little more closely at what was done by the black soldiers, what was done to the black soldiers. It ought to shed some light in a dark corner of our closet.
Sergeant Reuben Rivers, he was the point man for Company A. He led the way coming into Dublin. His tank hit a landmine, and it split his leg from his knee cap all the way up his leg. The medics, they said, man, this is $1 million wound. So that meant you can go back home. You're out of the war. It's over for you. And he said, no. He said, they need me here. And the next day, when we had to move out, and Captain William P. gave us an order, said, be careful when you go over this hill. And as we were doing this, my tank commander, Westerson, they told him, back out, Rivers, back out, back out, back out. Tigers are down there. Don't you see them? He said, yes, I see them, but I'm going to engage them. And he did. By that time, big white flash hit up by the tank commander's side, and he got killed.
It's very important that it be done now while their comrades, the guys who fought alongside them in World War II, are still alive, because the honor and the glory of it reflects on all of them.
The Company C was given the mission to break through the German lines to get to an objective called Castle Amalfi. We broke through, and when we broke through, they didn't, the Germans did not know we were there. During the action of breaking through the lines, we neutralized 3 machine gun nests, a couple of dugouts. We cut numerous communication lines.
In May 1996, the Pentagon forged the names of 7 soldiers to the White House, recommending them for the Medal of Honor for their heroic actions in World War II.
There were 1,200,000 black Americans in uniform in World War II, and this is an important symbolic act. But I don't think there's any way in this day and time that you can adequately recognize all that they contributed and all that was denied them in terms of medals and honors and promotions. These sort of things, there's no way that you can balance the books entirely at this remove. We're half a century down the road. All you can do is this symbolic act and give to them some glory, some honor. They earned that, and it's long overdue.
If you serve your country, you deserve to be served.
It really makes me feel sad that we did our job, fought, but we weren't appreciated.
The African-American veterans of World War II served a nation that was not yet ready to serve them. With their double V symbol, they fought against both fascism and racism. They were determined to prove to their fellow Americans that they were their equals on the battlefield and were entitled to be their equals at home. We should all be proud of the sacrifices they made on the snow-covered fields of Belgium, in the skies over Europe, and on the bloody beaches of Iwo Jima. They wrote a noble chapter in American military history. Their legacy made my rise in the military possible. I stood on their shoulders. They made America a better place for all of us. They asked for no special recognition. They asked for no tribute. They just wanted to fight for their beloved country, and they did. We owe them our thanks. We must continue to carry on their legacy of commitment and courage.
First Lieutenant Vernon Baker, 92nd Infantry Division. First Lieutenant John Fox, 92nd Infantry Division. First Lieutenant Charles L. Thomas, 614th Tank Destroyer Battalion. Staff Sergeant Edward A. Carter, 12th Armored Division. Staff Sergeant Reuben Rivers, 761st Tank Battalion. Private First Class Willie F. James, Jr., 104th Infantry Division. Private George Watson, 29th Quartermaster.
Now and forever, the truth will be known about these African Americans who gave so much that the rest of us might be free.